little bit of progress on our 87 4Runner here we're working on. We took all the stripes off, maybe we shared that with you, but kind of polished out the original paint here in the front. Haven't really got into the door yet. You might be able to still see the stripes right in through here, but this is the original paint on this truck. That was part of the reason why I purchased it, because it was in such good shape. And then even up into the fenders here, just super clean. And a lot of times where they get some rust, that's not rust, it's a rub mark there, but they get some rust. They tend to get rust down here in the bottom of the fenders. And you can see this fender is pretty solid. So I'll start polishing the rest of the truck. When we took the stripes off of it, we had one little hiccup right here. When we heated the stripes and lifted them, it actually pulled off some of the paint right there. It's bare metal, it's not rust, but bare metal there, it's hard to see. But a little disappointed, bummed out on that, but we're gonna have somebody that has looked at it and so they can fix it. Got a couple more door dings to get out, paintless dent repair on that. And then as far as the frame goes, here's the frame and a bunch of the parts. We've powder coated, sandblasted, powder coated a lot of them. Just trying to be very careful and do everything really nice so it looks as good as it's gonna look. But I'm a little bit OCD about attention to detail stuff. The rear shackles here, the spare tire mounts here, the lower U-bolt mounts here for the rear axle, the out leaf for the rear, the gas tank skid, it's all steel, the cross member, the front U-joint cover, sway bars, and then the little cross member there. And then I even went as far as repowder coating the air box, got to put that back together. And the mounts here I got to paint by hand because they won't hold up to the heat in the oven. But then I've got the skid plate here, the front skid plate. It's in super good shape. It's got a little mark right here. No big deal. I'm not gonna really worry about it, but it came out really nice. And you can see here in the frame. And I have been able to locate a lot of new parts for it. Sometimes a few of them in Napa. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna run these bumpers on it again. I've got the OEM bumpers that I got with the truck when I got it, so those will go back on. I actually have all new chrome grille and bezels and turn signal lenses and everything for this. But we took the motor up to LC Engineering, and they had another 4Runner, and I'll tell you the story about this one. But they said, hey, do you have anybody that's interested in another 4Runner? And I said, well, I can check around. Can you send me some pictures of it? And so he did, and he sent me some pictures of the undercarriage, and one thing led to another. This was a one-owner car, fairly low miles. Was bought brand new in Havasu. It stayed in Havasu its whole life. I even got the window sticker with it and all of the paperwork, receipts from pretty much all of its history. I have cleaned it up. I've still got a few more places to clean up here and here. I had the wheels on it when I was cleaning it, so I was unable to do so. I'll probably put on jack stands, but you can see I've cleaned up a lot of stuff. I didn't want to paint things because I don't want to hide anything, and I don't want anybody to think that I was trying to hide anything. And because the car is in such good shape, I'll tell you, I just cleaned everything up, and I actually clear coated a lot of this on the underside of this car. I think at one time some of it may have been touched up, painted, because of some of the bolts have got paint on them. So I'm pretty sure of that. But you can see a lot of the CAD on this. The CAD plating is still in really good shape. You know, the bolts on like the steering arms here and the bolts under here. Just, I mean, this thing was in super good shape, and it was kind of one of those things. I wish the other white one was this clean underneath, and I probably would have never taken it apart. I just would have done this to it. But here nor there, I'm already this deep in with the other one, or much deeper in the other one. But I thought this is just gonna I'm gonna put paint on this. I'm gonna recoat the fenders the way they were from the factory. I've got new fender liners for it already. I'm gonna restore the mud flaps. But you can see here, all I have done is I put satin crystal clear on everything just to kind of preserve it and kind of make it look good. And you can see here a little bit of like surface rust right here. The mounts look really good. I mean, this truck was in amazing shape underneath. And I cleaned it underneath, and then I put satin clear because I really didn't want to hide anything on this truck, on the frame. I did tried some gloss clear here. I'm not real happy about it, so I'm going to fix that because it doesn't look factory, but the CAD bolts look great. I took the liners out back here. I have those there actually in really good shape. I actually got new shocks for it. The gas tank still got the factory coating on it. You can see some of the little pits here in the skid plate. I'm kind of up in the air if I'm going to pull the skid plate off on this and repowder coat it or just run with it. But you can see the transfer case here looks absolutely amazing. Skid plate, cute little skid plate. Little cover here. I mean, all this stuff looks really good underneath this truck. So I'm super excited about that. It's really hard to find them where the frame and stuff underneath are really in this kind of shape. People kind of die for trucks that are in this kind of shape. And I know that like finding it like this, I was pretty excited about it. So, you know, even the floor pans, little dirt still here I got to clean up, but I mean, it's just super sanitary underneath here. Even the axle here, you can see the U-joints here. I think I might pull that off and then maybe sandblast or just rebuild the rear drive shaft. But I just cleared over the top of all this stuff. You can see where I was talking about the U-bolts got some paint on them here. And cleared over all this here. Like I said, I just didn't want to hide anything. You can see this was painted over at one time. Where the inner liners have rubbed on the frame there, have rubbed through the paint. Some original paint markings on here, pretty cool. Original shackles here in the back. You can see just how clean the body is back here in the corners. And just how clean it is underneath here. I'd much rather have a clean underbody and a super solid body truck that just needs paint and very minimal body work. It has one little scratch, and I'll show that with you in the back here. But super cool to find this truck in just this kind of condition. You know, you look here, the CAD again, it's pretty amazing. This is the original rear end. Like I said, I cleaned it up and I cleared over the top of it. Fenders are super solid on both sides. So I love finding stuff that's like in great shape. You can see the spare tire mounts up here. And we got it hanging over there for now so it doesn't hang on the ground and so I don't hit my head on it and upset myself. This one's got a hitch. I'm not sure if this is a factory hitch or not, but I'm gonna leave it. It's got one little mark right here on the bumper. That's probably the most rust in the truck right there, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna try to straighten the bumper, and if not, I'll buy another one. But and then there's one little nick right there in the paint. It's not really bad, but this truck's got a black top, silver paint. I'm gonna do silver again, just factory color. I'm gonna repaint the top black, and then I'm gonna run a black wheel on it with black stripes. So make it super factory. This is an SR5, so it has the sunroof. It's got cruise control. It's got pretty much, I'm not sure if they all came standard with a lot of all the same features and stuff. The cat has been taken out of this. I know nothing about it. But just love to share just how clean the frame is on this thing. So it's got all the little plastic pieces still in the frame. So I'm not sure to what degree with the undercoating here in the fender. If it was originally silver, you can see obviously I've taken all the paint off of it, so I'll fix that. All the pinch welds super nice all the way through here. Has the front and rear mud flaps on it, which is pretty cool. The other one we have only has the front mud flaps. You can see the frame here. Still some more cleaning, like I said, here on the brakes and right around from where the wheels were. But again, hope you enjoy this stuff on these first gen 4Runners. These are both 87s. One's got 240,000 miles on it. One has just about 200,000 miles on it. If it wasn't up in the air, I'd show you underneath the hood too, because this thing's just as nice underneath the hood. But I love finding them like this. So hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Share some more stuff with you here shortly down the road. Bye-bye.